Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Fake Fanatic. My name is Jesse, and today we're just going to do a quick little review of the Haulathon. The Haulathon was an event started by Neca and Target, and they worked in conjunction to bring great Neca toys and more to all of the toy collectors around town, and all, not just in town, but across the country as well, overseas, as they were using a website, costumes.com. They were working to bring a lot of their great products from NECA and others to get across overseas, as it's very difficult for foreign customers to be able to get the toys that we get here in America so very easily, or rather, easier. Because obviously, as we know, NECA figures can be a pain in the dick to get anything good. So, did this event go well? Did it do everything that it was meant to do? Well, it's the last weekend, and as we come to a close, I'm going to give the event a C+. I thought the thing was well-intentioned. The first weekend was an absolute disaster. Now, I benefited from the disaster as the website was not properly working and Target didn't upload their stuff on time for the US shoppers. So there was a lot of confusion and chaos going around with a lot of the new Turtles releases. And basically, I took advantage of the website that was only meant for international customers, and I was able to do it as a U.S. customer. They stopped that immediately after that weekend, but they still honored all those orders. So I did manage to get my Choka and Razor as I wanted. But a lot of other people didn't, especially overseas customers. So overall, they got the shaft. The promotion for it was actually pretty interesting, and the fact that they got like Mark Summers and other random 80s celebrities in there, thinking that we actually really gave a shit, or that they gave a shit. One funny note was when there was massive problems with the initial launch, people were responding to the videos where they'd say, "Hey everybody, at Mark Summers is here to talk to you about the Haulathon event." Well, people were like adding that tweet. So Mark Summers was getting all this angry nerd hate because they were directing it at NECA and at the Haulathon and at Target, that he was getting tagged with it. So he doesn't give a shit, but he was being like virtually attacked by everybody, being like, "What the fuck is wrong with this event? You guys screwed me. I didn't get my turtle toys." It was pretty funny. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see Howie Mandel and Mark Summers just get completely harassed by nerds everywhere. Now let's move on to a little bit. Turtle toy wise, you could not have asked for a better event. There was Fugitoid. I haven't gotten him yet. There was Toka and Razor. Mighty Super Bebop and Mighty Rocksteady. There was re-releases of the Pizza Monster, Ultimate Foot Soldier, and this week, the final weekend, they even did a re-release of Slash and Leatherhead. So the main event for them was kind of the 4-pack of the Turtles, which I also got, which that was way overpriced. They're out of their fucking minds on how much they're charging for this stuff right now. That's another thing. I don't know who NECA thinks they are, but Jesus Christ, guys, tone it down a bit on the prices. Like, you're going to price your nerds out if you keep doing this. Either way, I thought it was a good event with the products that they were offering in regard to Turtles. The repaint of Muckman was, I thought, a terrible idea, as he's a constant peg warmer at nearly every Target I go to. I mean, the aftermarket is flooded with them for cheap because nobody wanted them. So why did they think a glow-in-the-dark variant was going to just get people all giddy and, go out and buy them? Because he's still kind of warming up those shelves over here in my Target. The glow-in-the-dark one, that is, and the regular one. So I don't know what they were thinking there. Moving on now to other figures that were released during this time of the Haulathon event was the Back to the Future 2 release of Griff Tannen, the grandson of Biff Tannen, that was featured in Back to the Future 2. Now, he was a great, great character, and honestly, I was really glad they made him. I decided not to move on with the Back to the Future line. I just kept my Martys and my Back to the Future 2 Doc. If they make Back to the Future 3 Marty, I will be getting him to complete the trilogy, and I would probably get a Western Doc and a Western, well, not Western, but a regular Clara, because I want to recreate the covers of each movie. So I would just need 3 more figures to do that. But it is a really cool figure. Griff was one of my favorite characters. He had a lot of good lines and stuff like that. "I can't take you for the physical type." You just gotta see it. Anyways, bad impersonations aside, Great figure. Another good figure was the Elvira figure. Man, they knocked it out of the park with that thing. Now, I didn't buy her. I don't need her. But for fans of hers everywhere, she is a pop culture icon and a horror legend. And so really, I do think it was kind of overdue for her to get her own toy. So I'm really, really glad that they got that out there in the world. Hopefully they keep on pushing these things out so everyone has a chance to get her. They also released an Evil Dead figure for Ash, which was unbelievably cool. I only saw it one time. I thought about buying it. I decided against it, thinking, I'll see it later. Have yet to see it. So I might have to go back and buy it if I ever see him again, because that thing was freaking awesome. If you're an Evil Dead fan, this is a must-have in your collection. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts, a must-have. So me, that's some of my favorite horror movies they ever made was Evil Dead 1 and 2. So I'm really hoping to go get my hands on one. Really good movies, really fun, love them. Moving on, we gotta go into the duds. Now, for the duds of the collection from the Haulathon event, we go to one thing that's a very broad thing. The signed signature collections. They had a signature collection gizmo. Signed by Howie Mandel. $100. Awful. They had a Fugitoid signed by, I believe, Kevin Eastman, one of the co-creators of the Turtles. $100. Awful. And then you have, to top it all off, a signed Elvira, $100. To make matters worse, the boxes don't even really look different. And you're still paying the $100. So you're paying like $70 for a signature. To top it all off, you get your signed toy. How cool is that? But here's the real kicker. You can't even see the signature. Why in the blue hell would you want a signature toy that you can't see in the signature? For all you know, it's just not even there. I could have just told you it was signed and you'd never know. Most collectors are in the box collectors, especially adult collectors that want a fucking gizmo toy from Gremlins. God damn, most kids these days don't even know what that is, or Elvira for that matter. So, especially Fugitoid, what a weird niche thing that they decided to release and say, well, let's make it a signed edition for $100. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious, bro? They are out of their minds with this price tag of $100. Howie Mandel's signature is not worth $70. You'll fuck yourself on that one. Sorry, got a little carried away there. But either way, the point still stands. It's absolutely crazy that they even release these things and then have a gall just to think that it was okay to sell you a signature series figure and not have the signature on it, not even on the bubble in the inside. They all have the flaps. Well, then, good God, at least put it in the inside or something. I don't know. Just, it's so unimaginative that they did this. It just, again, it's a slap in the face. Sometimes I want to see Neca just like burn to the ground for this kind of stuff. Because yeah. Anyways. And then, to top it all off, speaking of $100 purchases, or at least items, they had a Chia pet of RuPaul. Why did they make this? I don't know. Who asked for it? I don't know. Either way, it's $100 for a RuPaul Chia pet. Who's buying a Chia pet? I think an Obama Chia pet was the last time I ever saw one. And that was like a pop culture thing when he first got elected. And even then, they weren't $100. It's a fucking Chia pet. Like, get a hold of yourselves. It's a Chia pet. So, either way, RuPaul, who I wasn't even sure was all that relevant nowadays. I mean, other than his Drag Race or whatever that is, I mean, is she even relevant at all? Or I'm not quite sure which one it is. But either way, are they relevant? Because, Jesus, like, it's 2022 now. And I don't know. I don't know what circles of collectors are they just huddle around saying, man, I really wish they'd release a RuPaul anything. What about a Chia pet? Yeah, good idea. Jesus, God. These people are rich who have these ideas. They're wealthy. Probably wealthier than anyone watching this wealthier than any of us could ever dream of. And this was their idea. I just don't understand it. Maybe we're the idiots. I don't know. All I know is that thing sat there forever. Like, forever. I don't even know who bought it. I don't know what idiot bought that thing. And if they bought it, was it for them or like to resell? Either way, I don't want any part of this thing. But in closing, the Haulathon event was an okay event. There was some good things. There was some bad things. There's some things I haven't even mentioned because I just either forgot or didn't care. But those were the major highlights to anything you needed to know, I feel like. But the Turtles, obviously, that was the big part of their event. They did a fantastic job with that overall. The launch of it was a little screwy, I admit that. But otherwise, I think it turned out really well. And people got a lot of things that they really, really needed and they weren't able to get. I know Anthrax and Scumbug, the 2-pack there, is being released finally. I think it came out months ago for pre-orders from the website itself, from Neca, but it has yet to hit store shelves. So that supposedly is out there. After I stop filming this, I'm probably going to go back out in the wild and see if I can go find it. But either way, that's all I had today. Overall, C+ for the Haulathon event. Hopefully next year it goes better. Oh, and Neca, keep your fucking stupid reusable bag to yourself. I don't want your bag. It's somewhere on the floor from the last video I did where I just tossed it. And that's probably where it's going to stay till my wife makes me clean up my side of the office here, or the toy room. So, either way, that's all I got for you today. More to come, and I'll see you in the aisles.